Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today here at the Salvation Army. We always appreciate your prayers. I'm Colonel Steve Morris.
And I'm Colonel Wendy Morris.
And it is our honor to serve the people of Japan through our ministry in the Salvation Army. Today we'd like to appeal to many about the Harvest Thanksgiving fundraising. And we hope that we Salvationists unite our hearts and engage in this fundraising drive. General William Booth, the founder of the Salvation Army, in his final days sent a one-word telegram around the world, and that word was others, as he realized he only had a few days left on the earth. That spirit remains unchanged to this day within the Salvation Army. During the Thanksgiving season this fall, the Salvation Army is holding a Thanksgiving fundraiser to help enhance and support our work across Japan. Let's be honest, there are a lot of people who need our help right now. We ask that you remember our activities and pray for them and support them in their specific needs. Today, we'd like to introduce some of our work to you.
The Salvation Army has 2 hospitals and 18 social welfare programs across the country of Japan. Here in each location, there are staff and volunteers who meet the needs of people all through the day and all through the night. And they help people from the youngest to the oldest. In some of our locations, we are able to have day nurseries, which provides childcare so that parents can work. We also have a number of bazaars that give opportunity to sell products so that some of our ministries can have the financing that is needed to be able to survive. We are very grateful that we have the opportunity to serve through hospitals, where we have inpatient and outpatient care for residents and for those in the community. We're also very glad that we're able to serve the elderly through our programs, residential programs and day programs. Megumi no Ie has an opportunity to serve those in this community and has an opportunity to provide food and support to the neighborhood.
You wouldn't be surprised to know that COVID affected and changed many things, not just in Japan, but around the world. One of the things we experienced in Japan was when the schools closed for safety, the children were not able to have their regular meals. And so the Salvation Army, as it often does, stepped in and started providing those meals to those children. Even though COVID has subsided now, the harshness of some of those children's lives remains our concern. And so the Salvation Army continues to provide meals to children, the elderly who live alone, and those who are forced to live on the streets. Many of our corps also opened its doors to the community to provide childcare support through the cafeteria and through different various programs.
On January 1st of this year, a magnitude 7.6 magnitude earthquake hit the Noto region of Ishikawa Prefecture. Up to 50,000 people were displaced from their homes, some within the prefecture and some outside. In Wajima City, which registered an intensity 7 on the Japanese seismic scale, the workshops of lacquerware and Wajima Nuri lacquerware was severely damaged. The Salvation Army has been providing support to the victims through feeding at evacuation centers and by removing valuable Wajima Nuri works, tools, and materials from collapsed warehouses.
This particular lacquerware is one of a kind and unique to Japanese culture. And the Salvation Army, among other groups, realized that we couldn't allow this just to have an ending. And so the Salvation Army has come alongside and has been able to use some heavy equipment and realize some of their products and saved them and saved the company so that the culture of this lacquerware can continue to the next generation and the next. We see that as a viable community contact for the Salvation Army and something that will continue to make a difference throughout our relationships with those around.
God has been leading the Salvation Army to be a light for many who are experiencing darkness in their lives. It doesn't mean that we ourselves shine. It does mean that we live to carry the light of Jesus Christ into communities and into the lives of people who need Him.
We would like to offer what we have received from God with thanksgiving to Him. Through the work of the Salvation Army, we pray that God's hope be brought to all people and that the light of Christ might reach every single one. May God bless this Harvest Thanksgiving fundraising. We pray that God's abundant blessing be yours and upon you. May God continue to bless you.